BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs. And there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino. All the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here.
Let me ask you a question. As an African American, when you see fights between the one Stevie Ray had with who was Stevie Ray beefing with?
You talking about Booker and
Booker and Swerve.
Booker and Swerve. And then there was another one that was Ricochet and that JeVon Evans guy. Yeah, when you see that, are you kind of like, man, it makes brothers look bad? Or are you more like, you threw it out there?
No, see, like, my thing is, like, for somebody that I respect and, look at, who paved the way, for us, in Booker, like, it's like a certain level of respect you got to have, for him. And I've known Shane since near the beginning of his career. That man was in my DMs talking about, hey, can you help me get on this show and get on that show? Now, for his success, I'm super happy and super proud of what he's done, and what he's made of himself. I'd say too, I just would, I just would watch what you say and just step back a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and just look at the bigger picture for that. And for the Ricochet JeVon Evans thing, I love Ricochet. I came up with him, you know what I mean? We've been around the world together, Japan, England, Mexico, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's just disheartening to see him attack somebody that's, young and in the business, you know what I'm saying? And, at such a young age, doing so good for himself, you know what I'm saying? And like, just killing it.
And looks like he has a hell of a future.
Yeah, the thing that's interesting. I think the thing is here that not that it's problematic because it's just, it's in the internet. You can say whatever you want, but it's like the tribalism, like you would think the fans that's for the fans. It's 100%. Like you don't want to see the boys like and get joining in that conversation, right?
Exactly.
So that's what I got out of that.
And also like for JeVon, like it's like, why not show that you can be somebody that's the bigger person and not even say anything at all. You know what I mean? Like the bickeredness, like, oh, you wrestle in front of this many people and oh, you wrestled in front of this, blah, blah, blah. You know what, guys? Guess what? I'd love to be wrestling on either other show because y'all getting paid. Why are you crying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because you don't know what you have until you don't have it anymore.
Yo, literally.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Let me ask you this: that JeVon Evans kid, I don't know really anything about him. Was he in it on the Indies before he went into the NXT system?
Yes, indeed, he was on the Indies.
For how long? Because I could see it. I could see a definite. I don't know what goes on at that performance center, but I would imagine that there might be just some basic animosity amongst sure. the indie guys that have like paid some dues and now going in here, as opposed to the people that they're just snatching off the street, have never wrestled before, never been and trying to make them professional wrestlers too. So I wonder what that dynamic's like down there.
Man, I can tell you, from personal experience, like that dynamic is crazy because, like how you said, you've got the indie wrestlers who come in and they feel like, oh, I've been busting 15 years, but then, from when I was there, my experience, like, you're gonna have to take some of those habits that you had in the indies and change them and change your ways, and they're not going to like that. But then you have this person who has come from an athletic background and who's used to being rewarded when they are killing it on the field or when they're killing it on the court or what so have you.
Or was it college football All-Americans, now a former pro football player? You're right. Yeah. Yeah. You know, right. Yeah.
You know, and like at the same time, like they've been busting for 2 years in that PC, doing the weights, doing the training, but haven't had one match on NXT television. You know what I'm saying? And then they see this indie guy come in and they getting pushed right away. So then,
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Got to be very competitive, right?
Yeah. So like, they're like,
you know, I'm gonna tell you
my
opinion on that, Rich, because I have to recruit and scout a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a thing to paying your dues, but when you
100%.
find somebody like a Logan Paul, you know, when you find somebody that, you know, is very little time in the business, but shows all the characteristics of maybe being a star, from charisma to actually being good in the ring, you're going to go with that person.
Kurt Angle.
100%.
Right.
100%. I mean, our main goal, right, is to make money and put in seats. And if this person, I don't care if he didn't wrestle for, you know what I'm saying, 2 days or 2 hours. If you know what I'm saying, that's the person that, you know what I mean, can make us the money. That's what I'm trying to go with, you know.
Yeah,
that's how I've always looked at it, you know.
And not only that, because you know, I hear a lot of young people complaining whether they're in AAA or other promotions that I worked for. And I remember when I was in AEW, this veteran, who shall remain nameless because he would not appreciate me saying this, but just came up to me and goes, Carlos, you won't believe the people here. They don't know how good they have it compared to your generation. I go, yeah. And the worst part is they don't give either. So at the end of the day, you know, you have these people that are in good hotels, you know, people that have never been you know what I'm saying, are in good hotels, you know, good catering. You know, how many times you go to smaller company catering? Yeah, you know, and
no catering,
yeah. There's so many perks that you get when you're in a bigger company, AEW or WWE, that sometimes people forget, you know. And I always tell all my friends there, I go, bro, if you leave WWE, unless you leave like a big star like Austin or, you know, Sting or something like that, it's very hard, dude, to replicate that income, because you can make money like the Hardy Boys do. They make a killing on autograph signings, but 100%. there's not a lot of people like them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you just had a kid, right? How old is your kid?
Yes, sir. He's 3 years old.
Oh, good. He'll be fighting. You know, there's a bunch of Hardys he'll be fighting in about 15 years. It's going to be so gross when all those Hardy kids all grow up and they're going to be like the next Von Erichs. You know, they're all probably going to be wrestlers. It'll be like, you know, it's like 5 of them now. Like it's ridiculous, right?
It's insane, and they're all like, as soon as they get put on camera, they all know what's up. They know what time is it. You know what I'm saying?
They're promoting. Their careers already started. I had a match, a little impromptu match where I let that Maxwell kid pin me in the middle of the ring in a show here in Vegas about 4 or 5 years ago. So
don't let him make you think that the kid beat him as a shoot. I mean,
hey,
it's funny, man.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.